Chef Andre Rush is a decorated U.S. Army combat veteran with over 20 years of service. But he's also, yes, get in the hand. But he is also a best-selling author, motivational speaker, veterans advocate, founder of the anti-bullying nonprofit 2222 Inc., and, this is pretty impressive, the White House chef for several administrations, 4 in fact. Would you give a hero's welcome to Chef Andre Rush? Andre, great to have you here, my friend.
Yes, sir.
An honor to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
What are you going to be cooking up for us then?
So I'm from the South, so I want to do something that's near and dear to my heart. I got some smothered chicken. I have some collard greens, of course.
There we go.
Of course, with hot sauce, if he's not from the South.
If you don't have hot sauce, you don't have collard greens.
It's not right.
It's just not right.
It is. And I also did a spin on my sweet potatoes. So the first thing I'm going to start with is actually the collard greens. I started with the hottest things first.
All right.
The hardest thing is going to be first. I'll do that just because it takes so long. I have my collard greens already kind of peeled up.
Okay.
You know, as we know, I just pull the stem out. I am going to have the onions, and I don't know if you want to give me a hand with these.
Sure.
I just kind of...
I'm not that good at that. I can cut it up an onion, but it's not that fast.
Okay.
It's not that beautiful.
That's just me.
I would have a finger in that pot, is what I would have if I did it that fast. It's amazing. I guess that's why you're a chef and I'm not, right?
No, not at all.
There's a lot to do with it.
So I'm gonna double dip. We're gonna do smothered chicken at the same time.
Okay.
So we got onions and we got onions in here. You wanna do this onion for it?
Let's give it a try.
You gotta give it up. Okay.
How's that?
That's perfect. I wasn't expecting that, by the way.
I didn't hurt anybody. That's the main thing. No insurance claims will be filed. That's the good news.
So we have the onions, and then we're gonna do some garlic. It's quick and
course.
simple. That's my foundation. You gotta have the onions, you gotta have the garlic on it. I kinda like to do a karate chop with my onions, my garlic. Quick smash.
That's why it's always...
Make it easy.
Yep.
Throw them inside, throw them inside.
So far, so good, Andre.
Same thing inside over here. Now what I do is I'm going to have a little bit of butter. I'm gonna put a little butter inside of there.
Oh, yeah.
Collard greens, of course.
Uh-huh.
And what I have for that, it's like my mirepoix. Now I'm gonna put my greens in.
Smelling good.
I'm gonna deglaze this right here with some chicken broth.
Okay.
My chicken broth, put inside of here. And then I throw in my hot sauce. Let that go in. I also have foundation, salt, some pepper,
Okay.
a little regular garlic to go along with that as well. Put that inside. Collard greens, put that in, and just let it simmer. I'll let this go for all day, low and slow, sometimes.
All day?
All day. But I also have people's choice ham hocks.
There you go.
So if you have the ham hocks, it's great. If you don't, we can replace it with some like turkey, you know, smoked turkey or whatnot. Put that aside. So this is done.
Okay.
And that's forget it, forget it.
All right.
Right now we have our chicken.
Okay.
Smothered chicken, foundation, just the onions. Let that go. Put some garlic inside of here. We'll do some seasoning. If you want to do salt and pepper, if you don't mind, please.
There we go. Look at the muscles on this guy. I mean, this is really... I want to tell you something. If I took my shirt off, it looks just like that, okay? Actually, one of my legs isn't that big. I'm telling you right now. It's just... Whatever he wants to do, we're going to say, okay. That's exactly what we're going to say. Pop it.
Put this down. I'm going to cool it down with this.
right.
I go down skin first.
Yep.
Put it inside. And I let that get a nice golden brown on top of it. I'll smother them. What I do with that is very simple as well. I got me some flour. I put some flour inside and make up a roux. And then I put the rest of my... I normally would make up my own sauce to go with this, but you can use whatever you like, whether it be vegetable, whether it be chicken, whether it be, not beef, don't use beef,
okay.
of some sort to kind of go along with that. And then we come out that, we smother it, cover it up, and just let it sit. I do both sides, and I put it in the oven at a high heat.
High heat?
A high heat. I do it. Depending on what you have. If you have, that's dark meat. If that's white meat, you have dark meat, you can go a little bit slower. But for this right here, I like it because I want it tender. So you go high.
When you say high, we talking 400?
Like 450.
450?
Yeah, I go 450.
That's high.
Like that's really high because the gravy is already made, so it's already smothered.
Okay.
Now if you go high with it, for this, because I hate dry breasts. So what happens is, once we get all of this done, I also have sweet potatoes. I'm gonna show you what I did with these sweet potatoes, but it's very simple. Okay. I cut these sweet potatoes into, I did, what do you call it, a square.
Okay.
I just squared them, just like that.
All right.
I clean them up completely good, and then same thing, put them in a pot, put a little oil, butter, put it in. I get my cinnamon, brown sugar, and I let them caramelize.
Okay.
I let them caramelize, put a little bit of water inside of there so it's gonna get a little sting to it, and then it's gonna flake up, and then just pulling it all together, all those sugars and everything are gonna just come up and pull all that flavor out. And I put a little bit of salt just to bring out a little bit of it.
Yeah.
You know. And then a little bit of pepper also. I'm stuck on the pepper part, right, from being from the South. But that makes that, and then I stuff it all into this ramekin, and then I put a topping on it, which is just gonna be the flour, soft butter,
okay,
a little cinnamon, and that's it. Squish it together, put it on top, put it in the oven on that same high heat, 500, 450, put it in there for about 10 minutes or so, and that's a wrap. Nothing's more American than apple pie.
That's it.
Apple pie.
There you go. Apple pie.
American apple pie.
And we're not talking one you get out of the freezer and stick in the oven for 30 minutes. This is the real deal.
This is the real deal. We always have the real deal here.
You get started, and you start telling us what you're going to do. I hope that I can make sure that this audience knows some of the stuff that you do for our country and our veterans. You do 2,222 push-ups a day. A day.
A day.
But there's a reason, that number. Tell us what it is.
The reason why is 22, the number 2. 22 vets, unfortunately, commit suicide a day. But I cover that out not only for the vets, but also for their spouses, for the kids. And I do it diligently all the time, and I'm privileged to be here to support so many with that.
Can you imagine that, doing that many push-ups? I can't imagine doing 2 push-ups, much less 2,222. But it just shows the character of this incredible veteran, extraordinary combat soldier, White House chef for how many presidents? 3, 4?
4.
4 presidents serving in the White House. You don't get to do that job unless you're the best there is. It's just a remarkable legacy. But of all the great things that he's done in life, tonight is the pinnacle of his career. He's cooking on the Huckabee Show. Yeah. Making me some apple pie.
Some apple pie.
So you've been chopping some green apples.
I've been chopping some green apples.
So God didn't make the little green apples, and it don't rain in Indianapolis, but let's give it a shot here.
So these are green and red. So I don't know if you saw me, but I was cutting these while you were talking. And I put these over here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go just put them in. I do a cast iron or regular. This is gonna be a different spin off of it because it's really quick and simple with these. So all you do is get these, you heat them up, put them inside here, the whole bunch, just put them all inside.
Red and green.
Red and green, mix them up together. I use my cinnamon. I use some nutmeg. I use some sugar. I let that go down, and then what I do is I add some brown sugar. I want that to caramelize really good. And as that caramelizes, it lets all those other sugars out, which is that flavor profile. It just goes really, really, really deep, as you can see it. Kind of like that caramelization from caramel.
How long do you saute them like this?
So if you notice, I cut them really thin.
Yeah.
I usually do a little bit fancier sometimes. I'll cut them really thin and I'll layer them right down because when I cut my apple pie, I want you to taste every layer going up. I want to be compact. Right? So, but it doesn't take any time at all. Probably.
And you did not peel them. That's another thing.
No, I did not peel these right here. You know, the nutrients are inside of it. I like the little tartness to go along with it. So it balances it out. Once you do this, you get it inside, put everything in.
Pretty high heat, too. Isn't it?
It's high heat. It's high heat. It's quick and fast.
Yeah.
Then you put some flour mixture inside of it. We're just going to make up your roux. And once you get all that, you'll turn it off, basically. It's done. Done deal. Now the hard part is I usually make my crust from scratch. There's no other way to make it, but we do have stores. So this one is right from the store. We get this inside, and I kind of play around a little bit more myself with it, roll it out, and I'll put my recipe up for my pie crust, which is absolutely amazing. All right, and if you do that, you put a little in your pan, a little flour.
Got to flour that surface always to keep it from sticking.
You have to do the flour.
Absolutely.
Exactly, exactly. And then what you're going to do is you're going to dump everything right inside here. Just like that.
I think I could eat it just like that.
It is true, right? And then when you do that, like I said, it's nice and full. You'll cover it right back up. You put your little slits in or whatever you want to do to kind of make it fancy and whatnot. Put it in the oven for about 350, 375. Let it go a little bit. I do a little bit butter, sugar on top of it for it. That comes out really nice. Or I make a crumble, which you have right here with this one, which I'm going to show you for this. Crumble.
How'd you make those?
Same way.
Okay.
Same way.
Oh, ice cream.
Ice cream.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, oh, yeah.
Nice big scoop of ice cream.
Spoon over there.
Of course, a spoon right here. And there you have it.
We got to try this out, right? Man, you speak all over the country.
I do.
People use you to come and speak and talk about veterans and talk about motivation and so many things. But your heart is still with people in uniform, isn't it?
Of course. I was, people don't know, I was in 9/11 when the plane hit in the Pentagon. So I got blown up. I was in the radius. And I think that was kind of like the pinnacle of me starting to do my advocacy, like an extreme part of it. While in the military, then after service, I got unleashed and I could just go and do what I want to do, how I want to do it. And that's why I'm so proud to serve this country, the men and women, the children. And so it's just been humbling.
As a kid growing up in Columbia, Mississippi, did you ever envision that you would cook for 4 U.S. presidents at the White House and be on this show? I mean, the two greatest things in the world.
It's true. I would never envision me being here.
But I mean, what a journey. What a journey.
It's been a blessing. It is. It's a journey, and it's continuous. And to be here, and as I told you before, I'm a huge fan and supporter. And so I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart to be here with you guys.
Well, we love having you. We want you back. And that is good right there. I don't know how busy you are, but since you're clearly slacking off watching YouTube videos, you probably got the time to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell and the like button. That way you get updates on new videos.